Two breaking stories have just rocked the Steelers' news cycle, and one of them hits right at the heart of the locker room. The first involves a key absence no one wanted to deal with, especially heading into a primetime divisional clash. The second? A candid comment from Mike Tomlin that set off alarms across the AFC North, involving a pretty questionable move by the rival Browns. There's a major injury, QB drama, and behind-the-scenes tension heating up. Stay tuned, because the first story is already a tough one for Steelers fans to swallow. Tough blow for the Steelers this week, as head coach Mike Tomlin gave a somber update on one of the team's emotional leaders, special teams standout and captain Miles Killebrew, who's officially out for their upcoming primetime showdown against the Bengals. Killebrew banged up his knee pretty badly during Pittsburgh's win over the Browns, and Tomlin didn't sugarcoat it. It's significant. The 32-year-old vet won't be suiting up this week, and while the team is feeling it on a personal level, Tomlin kept it real with his usual next-man-up mentality. "He's our captain," Tomlin said, "but we all know how this goes. Someone's misfortune opens the door for someone else." Killebrew's been a rock for the Steelers since he joined 5 years ago. He's not just a Pro Bowler, he's a two-time Pro Bowler and a first-team All-Pro as of last season. The guy's made a living out of dominating special teams, racking up 5 tackles in just 81 snaps this year before going down. The injury itself happened in the second quarter, right after Chris Boswell nailed his third field goal to stretch the lead to 9-0. On the ensuing kickoff, Killebrew dropped while covering the return and immediately grabbed for his right knee. The entire sideline knew it was bad. Players surrounded him in support before he was helped off the field by a trainer and Jabril Peppers, clearly unable to put any weight on the leg. He headed to the medical tent and was later carted off to the locker room. Now there's been some noise about the turf conditions at Acrisure Stadium. That field has caught heat before, and it looked rough again on Sunday. Tomlin, though, wasn't about to speculate. "No idea," he said when asked if the field contributed to the injury. But Aaron Rodgers, who was watching from the sideline, chimed in post-game, saying the field was clearly wearing down as the game went on. "By the third quarter, it was really beat up," Rodgers said, while also sending his thoughts to Killebrew. And if that was already hard to take in, the next one is even more surprising, and just dropped, with Tomlin calling out a move from the Browns that caught everyone off guard. So Mike Tomlin stirred the pot a little this week when he basically said it didn't sit right with him that the Browns handed Joe Flacco over to a division rival, especially one that still has playoff hopes. Tomlin's exact words? "It didn't make sense that Cleveland GM Andrew Berry would ship a starting caliber QB to the Bengals." And yeah, eyebrows definitely went up around the league. But over in Cincinnati, Zach Taylor kept it chill when asked about it. "I was happy," he said with a grin, clearly not interested in fueling any drama. That was it. Short, sweet, and straight to the point. And hey, can you blame him? His team was spiraling after 3 rough outings with Jake Browning under center, and suddenly Flacco falls into their lap like a late-season Hail Mary. Now Flacco's not fresh off a Pro Bowl or anything, but the 40-year-old vet knows how to sling it. After a chaotic first week with the Bengals, barely even time to unpack, he went out and threw for 219 yards and 2 scores in a loss to Green Bay. Not exactly vintage Flacco, but not bad for a guy still learning names in the huddle. Taylor says they're going to keep pushing him, but not so hard that things start falling apart. "We don't want to overwhelm him," Taylor said, "but he's shown he can handle more." That's code for, yeah, we're giving him more responsibility, but we're not throwing the whole playbook at him just yet. Meanwhile, Tomlin acknowledged that Flacco could be a lot sharper this Thursday now that he's had a little more time to settle in, which is the smart take. The Bengals are still underdogs. ESPN BET has them at plus 5.5 at home. But if Flacco can build on what he started in Green Bay, he might just give Paycor Stadium something to cheer about in his debut as Cincinnati's QB1. Losing Killebrew stings more than most realize, and Flacco landing with a division rival? Tomlin's right to raise eyebrows. If you're into this kind of deep dive, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Steelers updates.